The people that don't give a crap, they actually do give a crap. They just choose what to give a crap on. So, a few things I wanted to give out to you guys. Life is not meant to go your way all the time. And guess what? It's okay. That's okay. When we give too many craps about all the little things, we get really exhausted on anything that actually matters. We don't have enough energy for the things that we actually want to care about. So if you go through life perpetually caring about literally every single final detail, you're going to get exhausted, you're going to get worn down, and you're going to burn out. Number 2, pick your battles wisely. Invest your energy where it matters. Maturity is what happens when you learn how to only give a crap about the things that are really worthy of it. Go through life thinking, hey, I've got 100 craps to give this week and this week only. I have to ration those out. Somebody's bringing up unknown things that I wasn't prepared for. It's something small. I'm not going to freak out about it just because I didn't know it was coming up. Expectations, I know I'm going to give a crap about the things that actually matter. Number 3, doing too much is the same thing as doing nothing at all. If you care literally about everything, if you have to do every single thing, well, I mean, you're not really going to define who you are. We're defined by what we reject. Like the successful people, they choose to reject things that unsuccessful people embrace. Spending time on Netflix, scrolling through social media, they reject those and supplement that with audiobooks. They supplement that with working out, getting to bed early, preparing for the next day, things like that. So you're defined by not what everything you do, but the things that you choose to reject, because why would you spend time doing literally everything? You're going to get worn out. Number 4, failure is a part of life, and failure is how you learn and grow. If you think about a little kid, when they're learning how to walk, they fall all the time. And I guarantee you, not one time has the thought gone through their head, when they fall, they hurt themselves, they get a little bruise on the bum. They're not sitting there thinking, well, maybe walking isn't for me. Never once does that cross their mind. They fall down hundreds of times, they get right back up because they understand that I need to learn this. Everything in life is the same way. Failure is part of life. It's about how you react to it. Number 5, that fear of failure is your biggest enemy. Fear of failure is going to paralyze you. It's going to cripple you. You're not going to make any moves at all. The opposite of that, embracing failure, embracing the fear, that's bravery, that's courage. We've all heard stories since we were little about wanting to be the courageous person. Guess what? They're still afraid, but they do it in spite of the fear. So take action, even when you're paralyzed with fear, and you'll be surprised on what you can do. Number 6, you can't ever really truly find yourself like so many people in college are like, yeah, I'm just going on a soul-searching mission. No, because guess what, guys? Life, people, it's dynamic. We're constantly changing. You can't change how the story began, but you're writing the story every single day, and you can choose how it ends. That's the exciting thing about life. So many people that became successful, a lot of them became super successful whenever they were older. They did not give up on their story. They wanted to write out something better. Like Steve Harvey was homeless up until he was 35. He lived in his car. So he is now one of the more successful people that we can think of on daytime talk shows. Keep writing your story. It goes on every day. Do not settle for what you think life is. It's always changing. Number 7, not every single problem has to be a bad thing. Not every negative is bad. Don't hope for a life without problems. Hope for the strength to carry those problems and find the solution. I don't want a soft life. I want a stronger back that can bear the burdens of life. That's just how it is. Life is always going to throw a problem at you, and if you try to live life without problems, guess what, guys? You're going to run into some problems on that. I guarantee it. Number 8, once you're great at one thing, aim to be great at something else. Maybe it's something that you've been really working on, you've been honing your craft, and you've become really good at it, and you've just finally hit that point where it's I don't even know what to do. Look at something else. Mr. McSpadden is one of the top in the nation as an owner and as a rep as well. Is that all he's doing? No, he's also a runner. He wants to be great at so many different things so he can have a better, more enriching, more diverse selection out of life. Number 9, it's important to stop and reflect every once in a while on what you have done, what you have accomplished, because whenever you think about it, if you're thinking about all the negatives, you're thinking about, I just need a stronger back, you're not really going to sit there and think, well, I did this, I should be proud but not satisfied. There's more work to do, but I've come such a far way. Like, you could be anywhere in the program. For example, if you're entry level and you just made it to level 1 leader, you're probably looking like, oh, I need to get to level 2, I need to get the mastermind, then I need to get the owner. It's a race to get the ownership. Take a step back, stop, and reflect on what you've done. You've already had an accomplishment. Compound on that every single time. If you're level 2 pushing for mastermind, it takes a little bit longer to get to that point. Don't get discouraged. Take a look at what you've achieved and compound on top of it. It's going to turn into a mountain, I guarantee it. Every owner has a story about all the things that they went through to get to ownership, and it's worth it. Every single story, it's always worth it. And number 10, caring less will only lead to better things. If you choose to give a crap about literally everything, like I said earlier, you're going to get paralyzed. But when you fine-tune what you actually care about, what you're actually going to focus on, you're going to find that a lot of other things just don't stress you out nearly as much as they did. You're going to find that the problems that you had as a level 1 or an entry level, they are so small whenever you get to a higher level. You're not even going to think about it. It's just like, I remember when my first customer hit me up and they were mad. I thought it was the end of the world. And now, when that happens, I know exactly how to handle it because I've been through it so many times. The problem becomes smaller and you upgrade it to bigger problems that you want to have. Like, I would much rather be concerned about how much I'm making on my paycheck as a level 1, but now I'm worried about, hey, I'm going to jump up a tax bracket, so I'm going to get a lot more money taken from the government. That's a better problem to have than worrying about making ends meet. I'll tell you that much. So choose what you care about, and the other things, the smaller things, they just get even smaller. And the last one, number 11, hard times are a necessary part of life. You're not defined about, what you do. You're defined as a person on what you're willing to struggle for. The people in life that have great stories, they talk about their struggles. They don't talk about purely the successes. They talk about the struggles that they went through to get there. David Goggins wanted to be a Navy SEAL more than he wanted to live, and he risked his life. The doctor said you could die. He went through BUDS training not once, not twice, but 3 times. Only person in history. And no one's really talking about the fact that he's a Navy SEAL. Everybody's talking about the fact this guy struggled. This guy went through Hell Week 3 times in 1 year to get this job done. That's the story, and that's what he wants to be defined by. So be defined by what you're willing to struggle for, not the successes that you reap from, doing that. But all in all, I hope this, guys, really, really helped you learn what to give a crap about, and I hope you guys start implementing in your life. And that's my impact.